Welcome to the Lifestyle Herbalist, where we serve up a healthy dose of happiness. I'm Dabney-BS, and together with my co-host Sabrina Cooper, we're here to blend our expertise as dental hygienists and herbalists to help you live your healthiest, happiest life. From holistic wellness tips to natural remedies and everything in between, we're here to inspire you to thrive, mind, body, and spirit. Let's get started. Hi, welcome back to the Lifestyle Herbalist. Today I want to talk to you a bit about the mysterious mushrooms, or magical mushrooms, or whatever adjective you want to put in front of mushrooms. When I was growing up, I was made to be somewhat afraid of mushrooms. I don't think my parents liked them, so we never used them in food that I remember growing up. Maybe my mom would buy an occasional jar of the mysterious mushrooms that were floating around in some type of a liquid. Maybe she would put them on a pizza. I really have very little recollection of ever seeing mushrooms when I was growing up. And I was somewhat made to be afraid of the ones growing outside. There was a lot of mystery around them. I was led to believe that they were toxic, poisonous. If I touched one, I had to go wash my hands. Don't touch them, don't eat them, don't play with them. It was just, taboo really to do anything with a mushroom. So it wasn't really until I went to the American Herbalist Guild Symposium in Maryland a few years ago that I really have a new understanding and a love for mushrooms. And there were speakers there, teachers that have really made their whole life's work about mushrooms. And I was intrigued and in love. There were companies there at the symposium who were really great at educating me about the world of mushrooms, their practices, the extractions, all the things that they're great for. And so I've been using them not only culinary, but even as supplements ever since. So I want to take you through what I have learned about mushrooms. As a matter of fact, last month I was walking through the woods and I happened upon a dead tree, and there were about 5 reishis growing off the trunk of this dead tree. So I plucked one and brought it home. And for those of you who have never met reishi, it's basically looks like a mushroom kind of fungus, but it feels and looks just like the tree itself. It's very hard and dense. But reishi is safe and non-toxic. Its energetics is that it balances, it's slightly warming, and it's very nourishing. It's an adaptogen, it's an alterative, and it's an anti-allergenic. It's very nutritive as well, and it seems to have immune-enhancing effects, and just for your general health. Research even suggests that reishi relaxes muscles, improves sleep, eases chronic pain, aids in heart function, and reduces cholesterol. It even has antioxidant effects. And then if you've ever met lion's mane is really quite interesting. It enhances the immune system as well. It reduces inflammation and prevents oxidation. Lion's mane has many other benefits as well, and it's known mostly studied for its effect on cognitive function and health. But there's no side effects, and it's considered very safe. It's neutral and it's nourishing. It's an anti-inflammatory, a neuroprotective, and an anti-neuroinflammatory, which is pretty amazing. So recent studies have shown lion's mane bioactive compounds actually promotes the synthesis and the secretion of nerve growth factor. It's neuroprotective. I mean, how many things do we have out there that actually protect our nerves? I mean, this is pretty amazing. It helps with cognitive function, and it's shown to have even anti-cancer effects. In a 2023 review of various studies show that lion's mane may significantly affect the nerve growth, regeneration, and protection, with potential therapeutic applications for neurodegenerative diseases like nerve injuries and cognitive function. So I have my own story with lion's mane. It was 2022 and I contracted the Omicron COVID virus. And after that, I just felt so foggy. And even though I had a very mild case of COVID, it just left me feeling just not right mentally. And so I learned about lion's mane in the course of all of these things, and I started taking lion's mane supplement, and I really noticed a significant improvement. I've even had clients who have used lion's mane and have found it to be very beneficial, even helping essential tremors become a lot less noticeable. If you've ever met chaga, which I personally have not met chaga in the wild, but it can be seen growing on birch trees through the northern hemisphere. It's very high in antioxidants, and it contains compounds that might reduce low density lipoprotein, which is the LDL, the bad cholesterol. And in some studies have explored the possibility that chaga mushrooms may prevent cancer and even slow its growth. It's generally safe, and it can lower blood sugar and inhibit platelet aggregation. So if you're on things like metformin or insulin, you want to be cautious with chaga because it can reduce your blood sugar levels even more. Or if you're on an anticoagulation, coagulant, or something like an aspirin, you certainly want to use chaga with caution. It is balancing and nourishing. It has an antioxidant properties, it's anti-inflammatory, it's anti-cancer and alterative and very nutritive. Chaga helps to regulate the production of cytokines, which are the immune system's chemical messengers. It supports the immune system by helping cells communicate better with one another. The mushroom that I probably use the most in my culinary experiences is the shiitake. There are no warnings with shiitake. It's balancing and nutritious. It's an adaptogen, it's an alterative, and it's anti-allergenic and immune amphoretic and restorative. Shiitake mushrooms are finding an increased use for medicinal treatment of cancer and other health problems. Do you see the theme so far? With every mushroom I've talked about, it has an anti-cancer property to it. And for me, my family doesn't necessarily die of heart disease or diabetes. It seems to be cancer is the thing that takes my family out. So this is one reason why I have really made mushrooms really a big part of my culinary and supplement practice. But shiitake also is helpful in lowering cholesterol and fighting various types of cancer, like I said. It stimulates the immune system and increases the body's ability to fight infection. They have kind of a rich, earthy flavor, and it has a distinctive taste, best described as like meaty. While they're native to the mountains of Japan, Korea, and China, they do grow anywhere that gives them the right climate and wood. Usually you find them growing on fallen logs. Shiitake actually is very easy to cultivate, and they are readily available in most grocery stores. They have one of the highest amount of natural copper, which is a mineral that supports healthy blood vessels, bones, and immune support. This mushroom is also rich in selenium, which is very important for our immune system. The compounds protect against cell damage, help your immune system, and boost white blood cell production for fighting off microbes. The polysaccharides also have anti-inflammatory properties. If you've been on a hike anywhere, at least in Virginia, surely you have run across this particular mushroom called turkey tail. There are no known warnings. It is balancing and nourishing. And the properties are that it's immune boosting, anti-tumor, anti-cancer, and antioxidant. A number of studies have shown that turkey tail mushrooms have immune boosting properties and can truly benefit folks undergoing cancer treatment. Just like the mushrooms we've already covered, turkey tail also has polysaccharides that stimulate and support the immune system. In Japan, the turkey tail has been approved as treatment for cancer. However, the Food and Drug Administration here has not yet approved the product as a medication in our United States. So turkey tail has something called polysaccharide K, It's found only in turkey tail, and it may inhibit colon cancer cell growth. It may also stop colon cancer cells from migrating and invading healthy cells. In a 2023 review of past research, found that the evidence of this polysaccharide K from turkey tail mushrooms may help reduce the side effects of oral chemotherapy regimen for colorectal cancer patients. So those taking turkey tail along with their oral chemotherapy drugs reported a better quality of life. Wow, that's pretty darn amazing. So I went to YouTube, which is where I go when I'm really interested to know more about something, to look and see what cordyceps is really all about. I've been taking cordyceps with a blend from Host Defense, which is a company I really trust, and that's the mushrooms that I typically purchase from. But it was so interesting to learn more about cordyceps. It's often called the zombie fungus. It's a unique type of mushroom that grows by infecting insects and taking over their bodies. I know it sounds very strange and very weird. And it turns them basically into zombies. But not to worry, they are not harmful to humans. In fact, cordyceps has been used in traditional medicine for centuries because of its many health benefits. It's known to improve energy, appetite, immunity, memory, sleep, and even overall longevity. Cordyceps contains powerful natural compounds, which have been shown to have antioxidants and anti-inflammatory and cell protective properties. These qualities make it particularly interesting for treating conditions like neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and even multiple sclerosis. These conditions often involve damage to nerve cells caused by factors like inflammation, oxidative stress, and overactive brain signaling. Cordyceps' natural compounds may help protect nerve cells and reduce these harmful effects. However, while cordyceps still shows a lot of promise, only a few of its many compounds have been studied for their brain-protecting potential. There still needs to be some work done as far as studies and clinical trial to confirm how effective and safe these compounds are for humans. But there is promise about this cordyceps. One features of this fungi has been shown to help lower high cholesterol and help control type 2 diabetes. It supports healthy aging by supporting the cardiovascular and nervous system. Results from a 2022 animal study suggested that cordyceps may have anti-obesity effects in menopause and could potentially regulate obesity and other menopausal issues. So, to be continued, ladies. The next mushroom I want to talk about is maitake, known as hen of the woods. So I had a friend a couple years ago who was doing some changes to her house and adding an addition, and they cut down this oak tree because it was in the way. Well, the stump of this tree grew this huge, really huge hen of the woods. And she called me and said, "Do you want it?" And first of all, like I was telling you, like I wasn't sure about mushrooms. I was like, "Are you sure it's a safe one? How do you know? Or have you tried it? Or is she still alive?" Anyway, it turned out to be hen of the woods, which is maitake. And it was absolutely fabulous and humongous. I made several batches of soup. I used as much as I could culinary-wise. And then I finally put the rest of it in my dehydrator, dehydrated it. And I just finished up the last bit of it this week, making yet another bowl or another pot of mushroom soup. It's been great. So maitake, no known warnings. It's drying and it's nourishing. Properties: anti-cancer, antifungal, antiviral, hepaprotective, immune amphoretic, and atonic. Maitake is a powerful immune-enhancing mushroom. It's used to regulate the immune system, and the beta-glucans in the maitake mushrooms activate and increase the production of the immune cells, such as macrophages, T cells, and natural killer cells, even neutrophils. These cells help the immune system to fight illnesses more quickly and efficiently. Maitake may even help with diabetes, lower blood pressure, and control cholesterol. So these are just a few of the mushrooms that are so widely available. for your use. And in the show notes today, I will put the company that I particularly go to that I learned about at that symposium. They've been at every herbal conference that I've been to so far, and they have just a wealth of information. They also provide a lot of CE, so videos if you're interested in learning more about the properties and how to actually grow mushrooms. There's a lot of information out there. I would suggest get curious about mushrooms. Learn as much as you can. For me and the anti-cancer part of it, I'm all in. So I hope you have found this to be helpful. If you do find this helpful, share it with a friend, maybe who's actually going through cancer treatment, or maybe they've had cancer in their family, or who have been diagnosed in cancer but now are cancer free and are looking to just to be more supported in their life's journey. So I hope you found this enticing and enjoyable. Until next time, take care.